Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to the Jets Nations podcast. Might be a bit more of an Oilers podcast tonight because our Graham Shingleton is out with an illness tonight. So joined by our Oilers correspondent Cam Brackel. Cam, how you doing, man?
Not too bad yourself.
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Obviously, so we're recording this on Tuesday night. Edmonton's up 5-3 on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Edmonton lighting up Stewie's skin seems to be working out. The new trade. I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit. Are you a happy camper lately with that trade and stuff? Are you happy with it, or what are your thoughts on the whole trade there?
So far, yes. Yeah, people are kind of being like, "Oh, it's more of a lateral move than anything." But in my opinion, it's not. Like, I was listening to Chicklets today, their episode yesterday, and Whit was kind of giving some stats. Like, obviously, Stewie's been there his whole career, and it's kind of sad to see him go. Like, you think of the Oilers, you think of the mustache and that. Like, it's just like Stewie Skin's the guy. Like when the Oilers have a 900 save percentage or better, or their win percentage is like 90% or something like that. I don't know the exact stat, but it's close to that. Like when they
Yeah.
get over 900%, like over a 900 save percentage, they win majority of their games because they have such a great offense. And so far, just kind of watching the end of this game, Jarry's got 29 shots. He's let in 3 goals, so he's just under 900 save percentage. There is 147 goalies that made 10 plus playoff starts in the last however many years. And Stewie Skinner ranks 145th to 142nd in every single one of those stats. Like there's like 5 stats. So even though they've got one of the worst goaltending in the playoffs in like past history, like, they're still going to the cup. So
Yeah.
if Jarry can give us 905, 910, then I think we can possibly win those 2 cups. Like it's just, and he's been pretty lights out. He played against Toronto, which he was good, and
Yeah.
he's played tonight. And from what I've seen, he's played good. We had some coaching to do, so there we go. McDavid, empty netter.
Oh yeah. Oh, little love tap on Skinner there
So
after that one.
yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, I know I talked to you a little bit about talk about feeding him to the wolves too, because I know his first game was against Toronto and you guys kind of have that rivalry against them. And I think you said too, you typically don't do very well
it's
against them.
always usually like 6-5 losses against them.
Yeah.
But of course, it's the whole story of McDavid's going to Toronto, like he's playing back at home, and then they lose, and then he's like, and then everyone's like, oh, he's getting traded there. It's like, no,
I feel like that
uh,
storyline is pretty much just Biz trying to get in Witt's head with the whole
yeah,
McDavid to Toronto thing. I don't think
100%.
anyone actually thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of delusional Toronto fans thought it would happen, but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, it was 6-3 win it against Toronto, so that's a big win. I mean, yeah, we can go over your entire week here. I know McDavid got first star of the week this week, so he's just been lighting it
yeah,
up.
yeah, we kind of left off just before the Sabres game. That was
Yeah,
kind of a
fourth.
crazy game. They went down 3-0, came back. McDavid ties it with like a second left, and then they obviously lose in overtime. But those are the games we just gotta win. Like it's like we
Yeah.
always lose those ones. Like they gotta find a way to win those, and hopefully with Jarry, then they start winning more of them. But at least we got a point out of it. And then going into Detroit, Stewie Skin's last game there, he played pretty lights out. 4-1 win. It was kind of uh, known, I would say, that those two were going to get dealt for each other because Jari had his full Oilers gear set up ready the day he got traded. So like pads don't get made in an hour or two. Like it's definitely in the works. And then there was a moment after the Detroit game that Pickard and Skinner kind of went got together after the game and big hugs and kind of went off the ice, arms around each other and shit. So kind of right there, we knew it was gonna get done. So, but yeah, good game for Skinner. Last game as an Oiler. Going into Toronto, Jarry's first start the day after he got traded. I think the team really rallied behind him, but he played well. There was no glaring mistakes, so I think that was a success. I know there's big talk McDavid and Draisaitl each had 3 points, and Matthews had like 3 offensive zone touches of the puck. And
Yeah.
like there's the
Yeah, I saw
difference right
that.
there.
Yeah, crazy.
So it's like I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the Leafs and Matthews, and if they're just killing for Marner. Like, is that is that what they're missing? Like, I don't know. It's got to be, but Matthews is hurt, so like they're saying he has back problems still.
Oh, it's back.
So
Okay.
yeah. So
I thought
they're talking.
someone said, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
They were talking on Checkles today that like if he's not ready, like right up, like if he goes to the Olympics and he comes back and the back's still bugging him, then shut him down for the year. But who
Yeah.
knows? Like I don't know if Toronto has the audacity to do that. But, I mean, to save your star player for the rest of the year, why not?
Yeah.
And then Montreal, they played really bad, like really bad. Pickard saved like 3 or 4 breakaways. Just no offense was created. It was just a bad game to watch. So write that one off. So we got points in 3 out of the 4 this week. If you want to count tonight's game, 4 of the 5. So you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess to bring it back to like the Jarry trade and stuff, like again, you're talking about how they were talking about it on Chicklets and whatnot. Like when I first saw that, like as an outsider, I was like a little bit skeptical too. And I know like me and Graham have talked to you guys about it and that like Skinner's a guy who's brought you to the cup like 3 times, and yeah, maybe he hasn't been the best all the time, but he's dominated Dallas 2 years in a row now, and like has proven that he can get it done. Did Jarry win a cup?
I don't think so.
No, it was
It was
Matt Murray, right?
Murray and Fleury, and then it was Murray and someone. It might
Yeah.
have been Murray
Okay.
and Fleury both cups, but yeah, I
Okay.
don't think Jarry
So
was there yet.
yeah. So like when I first looked at that trade, I was like, you're trading for it. In my outsider opinion, like a goalie that's just as good. And then, of course, like again on Chicklets, he's going through all the stats and stuff. So he did convince me otherwise that you guys are getting a better goaltender. Because yeah, it just sort of seemed like you guys like gave up a whole lot for not that much of a better goaltender. But like again,
So
and then to Jans's point too, like you're not gonna make a trade for a Shesterkin or a Hellebuyck or like
yeah,
A-tier goalie. Like, so this listening to Chicklets basically convinced me, a skeptic, that like this trade is actually really good for you guys and makes you look really scary with that upgrade in net. And now, like, I don't know. Do you think you're cup bound with Tristan Jarry in the net? I know it's early. It's only been like
I
2 games, but
I mean, with Stewie Skin, I think we're contenders, but I think we just got a whole lot better, and especially the move they made on the point with Stastny. Apparently, he's just a younger Kulak, like puck moving defensive defenseman. Like he's not gonna score you 20 goals, but he's gonna shut down top pairing or second line or whatever. And he skates really well. Like I've watched the first 3 games. Skates very well. He's playing on a pairing with Ty Emberson. They played on a pairing at the U18 National Development Program. They have past playing experience together. So if we can get that upgrade in net, get a cheaper defenseman, it's the end of the salary cap, like I'm all for it. So I like the trade so far. Obviously, if Jarry turns into last year's Jarry, then I won't love the trade, but so far so good.
turns into last year's Jarry. What does that mean?
He was so bad last year. His career numbers every year he's been over 900, and then last year was put on waivers because he was so bad.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, and
I
then
think
he obviously
I
like,
think he had like an 8.72 last year or something like that.
yeah. I mean,
That's
his
just
team
his
was also
only
not
year.
great too, but
Yeah, and
yeah.
that was the only year he's ever done that in his career.
Yeah, and then I guess like he's been known to have some injury problems and stuff too, right? Like he's pretty injury
Yeah,
prone as well.
yeah, and he's not young. Like I think he's like 27 or 28, maybe even older. So
Okay.
Stewie's again a few years younger. I'm assuming that's why Pittsburgh made that deal. Like also
Yeah.
getting the second rounder. So yeah, I like the deal so far, and
That's a good question actually. Yeah, why do you think Pittsburgh made that deal? Because they're kind of like, I guess not so much anymore. They've kind of fallen off. I know they had a really good start to the season, but like they're also they want to win, I think, like while
yeah,
Crosby
like
and Malkin are still there.
Crosby will never let them tank, but like it's
Do I
just
think they can win? No, but like
no. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but yeah, with Crosby there, they'll never be tanking, but they obviously want to get younger. But Kulak, Kulak's old. Like he's on his back nine, so that didn't really make much sense. But when they get a good defenseman back, they get a half decent goalie who can perform really well or can shit the bed. There's really no in between for Stewie Skins.
Yeah,
They get a little
interesting.
younger in net, and they get that second rounder with no retention, which was big for them probably.
Yeah. Do you think with like a move like this that Crosby sees this and he's like, I want out of here? Do you see him ever leaving Pittsburgh? Or I
I
know
don't
Biz has
see it
said
ever happening.
Crosby to Colorado.
Yeah. I don't see him ever leaving, but you never know. Like nowadays, it's like I know it's gonna be Malkin's last year at Canvas, right? I'm assuming Letang will play very much longer.
Yeah.
So maybe once both of them retire, then maybe he's like, okay, I'm gonna go. But as long as those two are there, I don't think he leaves.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I was gonna save this for later, but this is a good transition, like to your point, like you never know with trades and stuff. You look at the Quinn Hughes trade that just happened out of nowhere I mean, not out of nowhere on Friday, but nobody really saw him going to Minnesota. And I thought it would take a bit longer than that for them to deal him away, but it seemed like there was the rumors of him talking with Fitzy, and then a week later he gets dealt to another team, to Minnesota.
Yeah.
What did you make of that trade? Do you think Vancouver got a half decent return for what they gave up, or what
Do you have the
happened?
San Jose game on?
No, no.
That was a really nice play in San Jose game. 2-0 San Jose over Calgary.
Okay.
But yeah, okay, to answer your question, yes, I do like what Vancouver got in return. It's just kind of funny that Z William comes out. They went 2-1 their first game, and he had a goal and assist, and we got the next in Hughes. But I think he's a really good defenseman. Like Zeev should be a top pairing, top defenseman in the NHL, especially offensively. Like he's won 2 college national championships, 2 World Juniors, 1 World Championship. He's got a winning pedigree, and he's 20 years old and looks to be very good. Marco Rossi, they needed a centerman, so you get that 24, 25-year-old centerman. He can fill in as the 2C, like behind Pedersen. That Liam Ogren, I don't know a whole ton about him, but he was a first round pick and not too long ago. I think it might have been the last couple of years. So, and then they obviously get this year's first, which will probably be a bottom first. But I heard he had no intent in signing in Vancouver. So for them to get pretty much 4 first round picks,
Yeah.
that's all you can ask for, really. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I hated it because now the Central is even more of a gauntlet than it already was. I think Hughes and Faber are playing on a line together right now, and so this just makes Minnesota like almost an automatic wagon. Obviously, a much better team than they were before. I still think that they're lacking a little bit down the middle, but now giving up Rossi too, like that's just another guy who was coming off a good season from last year. Now you're giving him up. Obviously, like Eriksson Ek's a pretty good forward, but I think he's getting up there in age. I could be wrong
yeah,
about that.
he's. I'm actually looking at their game right now. Eriksson Ek 28,
Never mind.
so
Okay, I thought he
not
was like
horribly
30s.
old, but
Yeah,
yeah,
kind of like I always describe him as like a knockoff Barkov, kind of like they
yeah.
sort of play similar games, but obviously like Eriksson Ek doesn't produce as much as Barkov, and yeah, again, kind of a knock. But he's a good two-way forward. And then like after that, they have Hartman, who I know a lot of people like him. I hate him after our rivalry with Minnesota and him like I don't know interfering with Ehlers and stuff like that last year and all that. But like I guess he's a half decent centerman. Um, I guess I have two questions for you. One, do you see Minnesota making any other moves, like say for another centerman before the end of the year? Or two, do you think they're already good enough, and do you see this team making a run for the cup or winning the cup?
I don't see them making a big splash. I can see them going depth move, to be honest, like maybe like an older scoring kind of guy. They got Boldy, they got Kaprizov,
Yeah,
they got Marcus Johansson, who's having a decent year.
Yeah.
Like you said, Eriksson Ek's a good two-way forward, but like they don't have a whole ton of depth. They got like a couple top end guys, and then like kind of just average depth throughout the whole lineup. But I do
Yeah.
think they're very, very good teams. They got. I think I saw that they have like 5 mil or 3 or 5 million cap space left. I think it's like 3.8 maybe. Um, yeah, never know what they can do with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess it'd be pretty tough to do with, like they just signed Kaprizov to league max and then, they're
17.
taking on Quinn Hughes' contract and all that.
I
But,
mean, Quinn Hughes' contract's nothing right now, so if they can get
well,
someone
no.
for this year and next year or something like that, then
Well,
they're fine.
I forget what we said. What is he making? 8?
I think like it's less than 8 for sure.
Okay.
I think it's 7.8.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but between like, Kaprizov, Oldie, Hughes, Faber, I guess those are like the big four. Like I'm sure they're all
Yeah.
combined like
They have that
making
David Juracek
25
on
mil.
D. They have a David
Okay.
Juracek on D. He was a top pick like 2 years ago, but just kind of hasn't panned out. Like he was a draft pick to Columbus and then got traded. They got Tarasenko who's scoring on the wing.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah,
anyways, like they don't have a lot of cap space to work with, I guess. But
no,
like, yeah, with that move now, like I look at their decor, they have Jared Spurgeon back there too. They have like one of the best decors in the league
yeah.
now. I think that's safe to say. And then obviously Wallsted's been playing out of his mind this season, so they kind of found a goaltender all of a sudden too.
Well,
So
and Gustafson hasn't been bad either.
no,
He was
no, for
really good
sure.
last year, but
Yeah. So
Wolfstead's
a
kind of
nice
taking the reins this year.
Yeah, but even nice 1-2 punch there. So yeah, I'm shaking in my boots a little bit. I was already worried. I hit the panic button after our 5-1 loss to Buffalo, and like if we want to get into the Jets, I mean this week has been a bit more promising.
Yeah,
I'm like I feel so bad for Comrie, man, because it was so funny. Like the second that Hellebuyck gets back in net, we actually start playing like half decent, competent
yeah,
hockey, and we beat a Washington team who, granted, didn't play very well, but like we played a lot better than we did in front of Comrie. So
for
if
sure.
I'm him, I'm pissed. But looking back at the last game, I mean, Helly had to make a few big stops. Obviously, like that was a heartbreaking one against the Senators. I thought we pretty much had that in the bag, and then
Yeah, like
Sanderson.
a tip in front at the end of
Yeah,
the
like
game to
off of
tie it.
Scheifele's stick. Yeah. And then we had a couple of really good opportunities to put it away in overtime. But Brady
Overtime was
Tkachuk,
that overtime was exciting.
it was fun to
Both
watch.
ways, like yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. A few really good stops right in a row there. Like the first, 54 seconds were crazy. And then Stutzel to Tkachuk, I had to tip my cap on that one. That's a pretty fucking sweet goal. But like, tough one to not pull that one out. But I think it's also safe to say the Sens might have wanted it a little bit more than we did, because I know they were kind of going on a skid lately too. So whatever. Going back to a week from now, on Tuesday, we lost 4-3 to Dallas. I didn't think we played fantastic, but we somehow like willed our way back into that game. We were down, I think we were down 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah. And then we almost came back. So that would have been a nice one to win. Obviously, Graham was in the building for that one. So an exciting game to watch. One that I hoped we could squeak out, but we didn't. So yeah. Thursday, December 11th, 6-3 loss to Boston. We both didn't watch this one, but I did watch the highlights, and it seemed like, even though it was like a 6-3 game, it didn't seem like we were too far out of it. It just seemed like every time we tried to claw our way, like we were just chasing the game the entire time, and every time we tried to every time we scored, they scored another one, and so they always just kept the lead until they got an empty netter. Upstead had an absolute snipe there and 4 points
Yeah.
against us, so it was just his game against us. Yeah, tough one. That was also our lowest attendance of the season, apparently, with like 13.8 thousand fans in the stands, which I'm kind of
Usually against
shocked
the
at that.
original 16, like usually,
Exactly.
usually it's like a Columbus or Anaheim or something. Like I guess Anaheim's exciting to watch now, but like one of the
Yeah.
bottom teams that isn't a big market, like that's usually when the attendance gets low.
Well, especially in Winnipeg too, because like you'll see like against Boston, against Toronto, even against like Edmonton and some of the other teams, like
Montreal games are nuts.
Montreal games, yeah, like
Yeah.
it's their home arena every time we play against them here. So, and it's usually the same thing for Boston, so that's kind of surprising. But
Yeah.
I don't know if the weather was bad or people didn't want to go out, or I mean, we were losing a lot of games up until that point too, so I'm sure that had probably a little something to do with it too. But
For sure.
yeah, that was Comrie's last game. 5 goals on 23 shots. I don't think he played necessarily bad. I think, yeah, like I don't think it had anything really to do with him. I know a lot of people are like, they wanted Hellebuyck to come back, and we're at the storyline was like, we need our star goaltender back. And while that's like partially true, there's like a few goals here and there where like Hellebuyck probably would have had those. Like, man, we had been playing terrible and played so bad in front of Comrie. And so I talked to Graham about this the other day. I don't think Comrie stays after this. I think Comrie's probably gone, and then maybe Milic moves up because he looked good in his one game.
Yeah.
Sucks
Or
that.
then Steven Chatton. Oh my God, that was
DeVincentis. Blake Coleman.
Blake Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pulled him up but didn't give him an opportunity. So
yeah, which is too bad because I thought he was going to play against Washington, but then Hellebuyck makes a surprise appearance like 2 hours before the game, which like I hope he's actually okay and ready to go. It seems like he is.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wouldn't.
I don't
risk
think
it,
they'd
but
put him. I don't think they'd put him if he wasn't.
Yeah. Why would they risk it? Like, even though we're losing games and stuff like that, like, I don't know. I don't think they would do that either, but you know, he was supposed to be gone like 4 to 6 weeks, and I think he came back in like 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. Sucks that DeVincentis couldn't get a shot in that, but
yeah, I think he's still on their roster, so maybe they'll give him a shot and then send him down.
Oh, is he? Okay.
But like, I haven't seen them send him back down to AA, so maybe they'll give him a shot this week or something and then send him down.
Okay.
Not just Comrie one game, but who knows?
That'd be great. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to see him get an opportunity, but obviously I am happy having Hellebuyck back because he does make a huge difference for our team. So yeah, that brings me to Saturday, December 13th, 5-1 win against Washington. Nino had 1,000 games. Did you watch that game? That tribute was awesome for Nino. Did you see that?
I didn't see the tribute. Graham, a couple buddies and I coached hockey, and we were in
and watched it. Right.
So,
yeah.
We kind of got back from our game just as the first period was starting, so we didn't get to really see the tribute. So
okay.
I watched stuff like clips on Instagram and stuff. It looked really good.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job with it. I mean, Ehlers came in, and then at the end, Roger Federer came in and gave Nino some due. I did not know they were friends, but it makes sense because they're both Swiss. So that was kind of interesting to see. I guess they're good golf buddies in Switzerland and stuff. So like that was pretty cool to see. But I guess congrats to Nino, 1,000 games. That's awesome. That guy's a beauty.
Yeah.
Bedard 2 goals, Iafallo a goal and an assist. Logan Stanley had another big goal against Washington.
That was
and then he had another one against the Sens.
Yeah. I don't know. Logan Stanley's goal against Washington was unreal.
Dude, nasty. How about James Duthie too on like projected Team Canada lineup? He's got Stanley on the wing. I love it. That guy read my mind. That was the first thing I said, not for Team Canada, but like, why don't we should honestly move this guy to the wing. And then, seeing that James Duthie put it on Team Canada took it a step further. That's so funny. Why is James Duthie so like, I don't want to say obsessed with Winnipeg hockey, but I didn't know he like watched like Winnipeg Jets games. He's had like just a couple comments about Logan Stanley, and it's like, I don't know, he's supposed to be a professional TSN analyst. It's funny like seeing him post this stuff about Stanley.
Yeah, who knows?
Anyways, that's been one bright spot about this season and this past week. I mean, he's got 3 goals in his last 5 now. He is 4th on the team in scoring behind Scheifele, Connor, and Velarde.
I don't know if that's bad or good.
Both. Both. I mean, he's been playing, honestly, like, a lot better this season, and I love seeing this from him because, like, obviously last season was really tough,
He
and,
was
like,
getting shittered on
yeah,
social
like,
media.
for him to come back, I guess, like, this late in his career too, and have a season like this is really, really cool to see. Because, like, even now, I still feel like I'm gonna stop on my reaction clips. Like, every time he scores, I'm gonna stop laughing and just, like, treat him like I would anybody else. Because at this point, I think he's actually a bona fide goal scorer, and I because, like, it's this big thing every time Stanley scores now where, like, people are just laughing and, like, and all that. And I don't know. I guess, like, when do we start actually taking this guy seriously as, like, an NHL defenseman or an NHL goal
Yeah.
scorer? Even last year too, like, as bad of the season as he was having, I always, like, every time he shoots the puck, I think he's going to score. He's got an absolute cannon, and it's actually, like, not crazy inaccurate too. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm Arneal, and I think, like, you have to imagine I mean, in the Sens game, he's down in the corner batting like, why the fuck is he even down there in the first place batting that puck out of midair? And then or not against the Sens, but against Washington, thank you. But against the Sens, he looked like Josh Morrissey out there jumping up on the rush. And so you have to think, like, Arneal's telling him, like, hey, if you have an opportunity to go. And I love that because, like, him, man, imagine if Stanley and need Graham on this podcast, because I know he would back me up on this. And I'm sure you would too. But, like, Stanley and Miller on the point together, ripping 1-Ts and ripping shots would be awesome. Schenn has been fucking awful, man. I don't know if you saw that one clip I put out
Yesterday.
of yeah. Schenn just caught in freaking no man's land.
That's what we're teaching our 13, 14-year-old AA players not to do, and they got NHL players still doing it. So.
It's like we literally just needed him to stand, like, in his position in the middle of the ice, and, like, he didn't even need to know that guy was there. He just needed to stand somewhere positionally competent, and instead, like, he tried to 3-on-1 the one guy coming in with the puck. People saying that was, like, also partially Scheifele's fault. I highly disagree on that. Scheifele was coming back, checking the puck carrier, and giving support to the defenseman there. But yeah, anyways, I would love to see Stanley and Miller on the point together. Props to Stanley. I hope this keeps going. It's been really, really fun to watch him this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess that was it. And then the Sens game. So yeah, I think I pretty much covered all the bases. I mean, we're playing a lot better based on what you have seen. I don't know. What have you thought of the Jets lately?
Yeah, like that Dallas game I watched, and it was just like I think they had at least 2 power play goals where Robertson or someone was wide open for a one-timer. Like, you can't blame that on Comrie. And then I didn't really see the Boston game, so I can't really comment on that. Washington, when Hellebuyck came back, I thought the Jets played phenomenal, and then last night it was just kind of a game they kind of gave up when they shouldn't have. I guess an extra point that they gave up when they shouldn't have. Just an unlucky tip, and then a good overtime that resulted in Ottawa scoring. You can never really be mad when you get a point, but when you come that close to just winning in regulation, it's just kind of like disappointing, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we did the same thing to Buffalo, and I'm all for it because we shouldn't have got that extra point, or the 1 point, I guess. That's why you play the game of hockey, I guess.
Yeah.
You got to play till the last whistle, and everything counts.
Yeah.
That's I think with Hellebuyck coming back, the Jets will be just fine, and they'll get back into the playoff spot.
Do you think so? Because that was gonna be my next thing. Was, like, now with, like, how good Minnesota's looking, at least on paper.
I think
I
that
honestly,
top 3 in
like,
the Central will stay the same, like those 3. and then I think the Jets will get into a wild card spot
Okay.
because,
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna pull the standings quick. I know St. Louis has been kind of hot lately, but Utah's really cooled down.
I think like if this is any indication, like with Bill Guerin making that move, like we have to do something.
Yeah.
We have to get a 2C.
The
Like we have
the
to make
The
moves.
Jets have cap space, so I
Yeah.
feel like they will. But
Yeah. Because man, like, do I think we will get into a playoff spot? Yeah, maybe. But then even like when I talk about like I'm hitting the panic button, it doesn't mean like I don't think we'll make playoffs or we'll tank for McKenna or anything. It's just like I don't think we can win. Whereas like last year I actually like I somewhat believed we actually could. This year I don't know. Like yeah, we got Hellebuyck back. We played a good game against Washington, who I guess they've been kind of coming back up in the standings now too, but I don't really think of them as like a great hockey team. And same with the Sens
is that
too.
Washington?
Like, yeah,
Yeah, Washington is getting beat by Minnesota 5 rep right now.
um,
Yeah,
uh,
that first line's buzzing. Like you can't change anything.
no,
At least
no.
Shifley and Connor are buzzing.
Villardy's been no, Villardy's been great. He's
Yeah, I
been
know,
really
but
good too.
didn't Florida get taken off that line for a couple games, like just to
He
try and
did, yeah.
spark
Which is
something?
also interesting that we now that when Hellebuyck comes back, we decide to put that line together. It's just interesting how
Yeah.
that worked and why it didn't stay the same. I don't know. But yeah, that first line's looked great. But I think unfortunately, like Taves hasn't been, which I think everyone knew like he wasn't going to be a 2C. I think he'd be a good 4C. To defend him a little bit, I mean, like I coming into the season, I did not give two shits like how well he would do. I just think it was like if you want to ask me after the season, like do I regret us signing Jonathan Taves? Like, not at all. Or should Chevy regret us signing Jonathan Taves? Like, I think it's just been such a cool storyline for him to play in Winnipeg and to come back after being off for 2 years and battle back from what he went through. Like, I don't care. I know he's making like he just made another $550K for showing up to work like 3 days ago. At
Yeah,
least that's how Graham put it. But like, yeah, 3.1 to have that. Yeah, it's an overpay right now, but I don't know. To have that storyline, like
they have cap space, so it's not the biggest
it's
issue
not
in the
the end of
world.
the world. Yeah, but I still love him on our team, and I just think it's awesome. So, anyways, but yeah, and then our other 2C would be Vladimir Nemestikov, and like he hasn't scored a goal in like 18 games now, and like, do I think he's a decent player? Yeah, like he looks good out there. He's got good hands and stuff, and he's a half decent playmaker, but he doesn't produce like ever. And so, I don't know. If I hate to say this, but if there's one guy who I'd like want to see go, it'd be Schenn, but it'd be Schenn. I don't care where Schenn goes, but like if we could package like Nemestikov in a trade or something, I think that would also be good. Like I just don't know how much he really brings to our team, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And yeah, I mean, and then Perfetti too hasn't been fantastic. I think he's missing Ehlers a lot, and so is Nemestikov. But
For
anyways,
sure.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's all gonna play out here, but I know we have to do something if we're gonna get past the absolute gauntlet that is not just the Central, but the West in general. Like,
Yeah.
we're not good enough right now. So, anyways,
Yeah. You want to look ahead at the upcoming schedule,
yeah,
the
sure, let's
teams,
do that. Yeah.
unless you have anything else to hit on.
Uh, yeah, sure. Well, I mean, I had two other notes league related: the Connor Bedard injury, and then
Yeah.
the Sabres GM got fired too this past week. I guess we can start off with that Connor Bedard injury. I don't know if I ever actually watched the clip, but like people are blaming Schenn for
Yeah.
that and stuff, and like
It was a
I
fluke play off
yeah
a draw and just got tangled up or whatever. It's not like it's a like season ending injury. Like he's gonna be out for a month. Like he's gonna be back in the new year. Even if he's back January 15th, he's out for a month. So
yeah
like yeah, they're gonna have a tough time without him in the lineup for that month, but like you also have the Christmas break, if you want to call it that. There's not really a Christmas break for the NHL, but games kind of slow down at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it hurts his Team Canada opportunity.
Yeah.
Just if they don't know his availability, like I'm assuming he'll be back before then, but you just never know. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
I had him off, like I sent it to you, but I showed you like the lines that I'm hoping to happen for Team Canada and then the lines that I actually think will happen. And if you were to ask me before that, the lines I think are going to happen, I would have had Bedard on the team.
yeah,
But now with his injury, I think it's a lot less likely, which is too bad because like what a fucking season he's been having.
yeah.
And how cool would it have been to see him on that team. But yeah, what was his actual what
It's
what
up.
did
It's upper body. I think it's shoulder. Like
okay.
he kind of went to the bench holding his shoulder, so maybe
So it's
collar. I don't think
undisclosed
it'd be
kind of.
collarbone because collarbone would be like 8 weeks, but maybe like
Yeah.
a dislocated shoulder or separated shoulder or something.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll save that for I guess the pod before New Year's when the Team Canada lineup gets announced. But yeah, obviously
We
I want to do
might have to do the pod on the 30th because I think I'm gonna be going to the game in Winnipeg against the Oilers on the 29th.
oh, okay.
So
Wait, is that that's on the 29th. Okay, so I
yeah,
was probably planning to do it after that. Okay,
yeah.
yeah, that's no problem. Are you going to Graham with that? To that?
No, no.
No?
I was gonna go with Graham. Graham got tickets for the 8th, but it's my birthday on the 8th. So
Okay.
he gave it to me and Luke, another fellow Oilers fan. And then my brother just texted me today saying that he has free tickets for the 8th, and like it's in the like right in the 200s, like great seats. So a little
Oh
bit
yeah.
better than top of the 300s with Graham's tickets.
Yeah.
So I think Graham and Luke are gonna go to that one. I'll go with
Okay.
my brother.
Nice. I know like so just looking at that calendar here, I had like Canada plays Denmark too, so I wasn't gonna want to pod until like 10:15. That might even be too late. So
On
anyways, we
Tuesday.
can figure that out on the
On the Tuesday.
Monday, like on the 29th after
Okay.
that Edmonton game because there's a like Edmonton at Winnipeg is at 6:30 and then there's a World Juniors game at 7:30 against Denmark.
Okay.
So I was gonna start that later, but whatever. We can figure that out at another
Yeah.
time.
Maybe just Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good. Do you have the Edmonton week? Or sorry, let's Sabres GM got fired. I don't really know if we have anything to say with that other than like,
It's just a spinning circle.
yeah. Poor
No one really
Buffalo,
knows
man.
what no one really knows if it's ownership or GM or coach. Like they've had what 9 coaches in the last 15 years. Like two of them have been Lindy Ruff. Apparently they're getting a new coach this year or in the next couple days. So business saying on checklist, so you never know. But yeah, I think it's just a revolving door.
Do
People don't
you
want to
can you
go there because they're losing every year. The GM or ownership or someone is kind of taking the reins and not doing anything. Like I don't know if the ownership doesn't want to spend money or the ownership doesn't want to give full control to the GM or what. But yeah, that's kind of a revolving door to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sort of similar of a team to like Vancouver in that like, it always seems like it's gonna be their year and then it never is. I feel worse for Vancouver in that like I said I feel bad for Buffalo. I feel bad for their fans, that's for sure. But like I also think like they really mistreated Jack Eichel and stuff. And if they treated him
Yeah,
better, like who knows where that team would be. You look at the success he
yeah,
is having in Vegas and stuff. And so
for
like
sure.
I guess the chickens came home to roost a little bit there. But do you see them blowing up the team? Do you see them like getting rid of Tage or Darlene or like I know they were talking about it on Chicklets again. Like Darlene's probably the least likely to go, which makes complete sense. But I mean, Vancouver just
I
traded away
mean,
Quinn Hughes, so
yeah.
you know,
I mean, you got to rip the band-aid off before you can heal. Like it's like I think when you're in that kind of situation, it's just like you rip it to the ground.
yeah,
Like like I know like kind of making it into like a football term, but like the New York Jets are in the same situation. They haven't made the playoffs in 14 years, and look what they did. They just traded all their flick. They traded Sauce Gardner for 2 first-rounders. Quinn and Williams for 2 first-rounders. Like they have 7 first-rounders in the next 2 years. Like it's nuts. So,
Yeah.
I think that's what they got to do is just trade their guys and get hauls for them and draft properly and yeah, produce young talent and then get your feet off the ground like that. Is my opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone wants to do it differently.
Jets should trade for Tage Thompson. I think we should do everything in our power to try and get that guy. Please. That'd be so sick. Oh my God. We could
Yeah,
actually like compete then,
he's
in my
a
opinion.
yeah,
He's a beast.
really
Yeah,
good
he's
goal scorer.
unbelievable. Yeah.
He's got size, speed, the shot, everything. He's a
Yeah.
really good player.
Do you think he'll make Team USA?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think him and Robertson will both make it. Like both of them are having really good years.
Who do you think gets left out then? Like Kreider and
Yeah, Kreider's having a good year, but yeah, he's older.
I think based off his showing last year too. I mean, he played one game? He came in for Connor.
I think he played
I think
2.
in that gold 2. Yeah, he wasn't great.
Another guy I think that should make USA is Matthew Nyes.
Yeah, I saw him on a projected lineup. That'd be crazy.
Who knows?
Well, yeah, we can move on. Last little bit of news, just looking at TSN right now. Draisaitl got his 1,000th point tonight.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. So
Good for
yeah,
him.
I thought he was gonna get it against Montreal, but then didn't. And then obviously on Stuart Skinner, pots it off. He didn't pot the goal. Got the assist on McDavid.
Four
I
assists.
was just on Instagram. I don't know if you can see that, but wearing a shirt, just smoking my way to 1,000 NHL points.
That's funny.
That was funny.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe it. How many games has he played? He's at 1,000 points already. Is that less games, or is that
824 games.
Yeah, okay, so he's over a point per game in his career. That's crazy. Wow, good for him. Because
And then
I still
there's a
think of him
picture
as a
with
young player.
Calvin Pickard with a smoke in his mouth. They're all wearing the shirts.
That's sick. That's so funny. That's just after the game right now. They all got those shirts.
Yeah,
Obviously. That's
yeah.
cool. Cool. Okay. You got the Edmontons. You got the Oilers schedule up and ready.
So
Okay. Who are they playing?
Thursday we're in Boston. Saturday we're in Minnesota, and then Sunday we're back at home. So
a little back to back Sunday night.
yeah. Oh, Saturday's at 2 p.m. So then it's like
okay.
You're
So
getting home in a
they'll
decent
fly
time,
home.
and then Sunday's not till 7. So
Okay.
decent time between games. I think we go 2-1. I think we beat Boston on Thursday, lose to Minnesota on Saturday, and then beat Vegas on Sunday.
Okay, I'll say the same thing. I was gonna say 1-2, but I'll be nice. I'll say the exact same thing. I think you beat Boston.
Yeah, that Vegas game's kind of up in the air, but McDavid's just on a tear right now.
Yeah, that's true. And I know you guys have beaten them many times before, so yeah I'll say 2-1.
Lost to them many times before, but
yeah, say 2-1. Okay, and then looking ahead at the Jets schedule, we got St. Louis tomorrow, Colorado on Friday, and Utah on Sunday. All 3 away games. Go ahead.
I'm going to go with a W against the Blues and a loss against the Avalanche, and then a W against the Mammoth.
Thank you.
2-1.
I'm going -3. I'm going -3. Honestly,
we all know Graham's going 3-0.
Yeah, Graham's gonna go 3-0, so I'll be the Mr. Negative again. Like, I want to say we'll beat St. Louis, but Lord knows we're a bad away team, especially against them. So yeah, I'm going -3. Anyways,
I didn't think I'd get this out of you, Anton. Come on, gotta give some hope.
We need to make a move, and we're gonna play Luke Schenn tomorrow. I know it. So there's no chance unless Stanley pots 3 tomorrow. We're not getting it done. You never know.
That's a higher possibility than Luke Schenn not being in the lineup.
If we put Stanley on the wing, we'll go 3-0. But otherwise, it's not happening. So, yeah, okay. Well, thanks for filling in. For Graham, appreciate it.
No problem.
I know he's been wearing it since last Tuesday. He was sick, he said, since
Like
last Tuesday.
the day he went to that Dallas game, he was like could barely get out of bed.
Yeah, and then I mean, he came to beer league on Sunday, and he had like absolutely no
Yeah, he has
voice.
no voice. He has no
Yeah.
voice. Like I just saw him at hockey practice. He has no voice. He's sick as dogs.
Shit. Okay.
Hopefully we'll get him back for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get well soon, Graham. We'll get you on the next one. But yeah, thank you, Cam. Good luck to your Oilers this week. Congrats on
The Jets.
on a successful Jarry Skinner trade. And yeah, talk next week.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Deuces.